Finally, here we are. There's no break. Oh, thank Goda. There is no break, even though it was just announced today that there is going to be a confirmed season 2 of the One Piece live action, which is fantastic news. That is outstanding news to hear. Fact of the matter is that something has been suffering as of late because of Oda's work with the live action, and that has been the manga material. But here we are with no break, and it's felt like forever. We know for sure there's gonna be a break later on in the year because of holiday stuff, like a lot of breaks. Until then, Oda, give us your best. Give us your best, because I don't want any more delay on these upcoming juicy events. Like Jay Garcia Saturn, do something, because the robot now is doing something. And here's the thing. I want to say that I called something particularly about this robot that it's not confirmed, but the waiter has the tray of food. He's walking over to my seat, and I can smell it, and it smells delicious. What is delectable is this Luffy versus Kizaru fight off the rip. Kizaru, Studley. He's doing a lot when it comes to the orbs of light and blocking the attacks of Snake Man Luffy, while Snake Man Luffy is in his face, also deflecting the orbs of light and trying to attack Kizaru. So there was a lot going on there. But like you said last chapter against Setomaru, his defense is on the scoff at, right? He's boom, 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 like Kizaru double S, Speed Shield, or Kizaru triple S for Surfshark Shield.
Oh, brother.
Today's sponsor is none other than the Surfshark VPN.
Oh.
You see, the World Wide Web absolutely is a very dangerous place. One false step, one wrong move, and you will find out that your week, your month, your year could be completely ruined. And that's why, for my fellow weebs out there across the world, I know that we explore some very interesting locations and some very interesting places on the web.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to...
But you need protection. You need safety. And Surfshark VPN absolutely has your back with dope features like the clean web feature that clears up any malware, any viruses, any bad actors that may try and ruin your day. I am a big dude.
Duh.
And part of the reason why is because of them sweet, delicious cookies. Absolutely. But I hate them. I detest them online. So Surfshark VPN is my online dietitian as well. And it's my dietitian everywhere. My desktop, my laptop, my phone, wherever I am, I can have Surfshark VPN protecting me, making sure I am secure, safe, and sound. Furthermore, if you want access, let's say any region-gated content, let's say on Netflix, let's say on Hulu, and even my own channel, since I do have region-gated content.
What did he say?
And you want to gain access to this region-gated content, then you can easily do so by changing the location that you are located in with Surfshark VPN, and with the click of a button, that region-locked content has now been unlocked. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, go in the description box down below. You use code KOL, that is KOL, to get an exclusive offer and 3 months free. Once again, use code KOL, and now let's get back into the video.
Finally!
Okay, I'm done. I'm done trying to perceive any of the supposed theoretical techniques of Kizaru. But though I'm lying. I definitely am lying, because when Kizaru did that deep range kick, after all, speed is what? Power? Speed is weight? And then he was that orb, and then he just beeline rushed Luffy. It looked like he was, in my book, I think he's accelerating faster than the speed of light. And I'm theorizing that he can do that because of some, my guess, 6 power reasons, some Roku Shiki stuff, because every Marine Vice Admiral up should know Roku Shiki stuff. So I think he does know Soru, Shave. And maybe as a photon particle thing, he did that to accelerate even faster, and therefore greater speed, therefore greater force, greater attack power. Now, maybe It's actually the light frequency spectrum. Light is not necessarily at light speed at all times and locations. It depends on the frequency of said light. And the max frequency of light is in a vacuum in space. That's what's at its fastest, most consistent point. So maybe that's what Oda's doing here. If he is, one of the first I've seen in a manga do that, on God. End result here is that Luffy does get punted, and that is impressive. Because Luffy was a Snake Man going toe-to-toe for a period of time, and Kizaru was blocking, but also firing these orbs of light, the Yasakani no Magatama. But Luffy and Snake Man attacking, also either dodging or deflecting the orbs of light in his face. The moment Kizaru teleported away, had that run-up, that was nasty. However, Kizaru also gets these +1s. And what are they called? The Frontier Dome. The Frontier Dome is at 100 now. I know some folks want to bring up Kaku. The Frontier Dome is at 100 now, not 72 when Kaku got hit by it. What does that mean exactly? I'm not too sure, but according to the power of the Frontier Dome, this man, Luffy, gets hit by the 100% Frontier Dome two times. One when going out in Snake Man, when he comes back in Gear 5. So it's like, bruh. It's like, bruh.
911? That guy right there.
Kizaru getting +1s, that's undeniable. If Kizaru, let's say, got damaged by Sentomaru in the last chapter and then came in wounded against Luffy, fair enough. But in this situation, it feels more like the reverse, where we're having Luffy take extra shots to get extra damage on Luffy to make the fight. So the mythical monkey, the mythical Wukong, can match this elemental monkey, one of those guys in Pokemon. Yeah, that fire monkey in Pokemon. Typically, the mythical cats are like, whoa! And the elemental ones are like, whoa! But they're not as whoa as the whoa! However, if they're powered down, they can be at whoa. I sound like Hinata Shoyo in Haikyuu. Though another whoa is, why isn't Luffy using Conqueror's Haki Infusion when he fought against Kizaru and Snake Man? That's a confusing whoa. Wait, what's going on there? Bud is missing out on added attack buffs. Could be the case here where it involves to happen off screen with the Seraphim. And overall, he's trying to conserve Haki and stamina. Luffy in the chapter, bruh. God. Ooh. Oh man, Kizaru, bro. Apparently based on a Tom and Jerry particular shot. And as far as I recall, in Oda's interview, talking about Tom and Jerry, he's a big fan of Tom. Apparently he hated Jerry, always escaping Tom. Yeah. So let's, I think I'm right with that one. I could be wrong. I'll have to double check that later. But if that's the case, and Luffy's Tom, so rubber shenanigans are probably coming, and they're probably coming real soon. This is when the fight has to really pop off. I would say, based on the bounties, whoa, bounty scale. I would say, based on the bounties, Kizaru and Luffy should be somewhat comparable. As I've always thought for like going through the year, and we maintain form, we maintain stride. But Luffy has to differentiate himself between the rest of his peers, meaning Law and Kid. Whereas Law and Kid lost, Luffy I think has to win. When it comes to the grand moment to shock the world, it's not gonna be Luffy's defeat. Makes no damn sense. It's gotta be something else entirely. You have Admirals here with Kizaru. You have St. J. Garcia Saturn coming up. You have the return of this ancient robot from 200 years ago. Yeah, I'm ready. But the chapter is not just those two. Of course, that's the main show. Other side shows were Akainu. Getting that rust off, baby. The man hasn't dripped in a long time, but he pulls up with the drip. He pulls up with the, yeah, it's been so damn long. Gets the release against Bartholomew Kuma. At least for like one attack. And then Kuma runs away and leaves. Kuma has lost most of his mental faculties as a robot, but he is still assumingly now going after Bonnie. At first, could have assumed it was the Holy Land. That was his main destination because there was something he needed to get there. Now, Kuma has flown away. So the best bet is Bonnie here. And note how it's Akainu who has to just stand there as these pricks, the 10 you be behind him. Oh my God, you call yourself a fleet admiral? Bud, you're trash. You ain't ruling nothing other than my foot up your— Leave me alone! He has to be a pawn. a cog in the machine, a puppet. And he has no other choice but to abide by the whims and wishes of the world government. How Kizaru is being very sentimental, where he's like destroying the Vega Force One. And he's like, oh, Vegapunk did like that, damn. Or I don't want to attack Vegapunk, but I have to do my job. I gotta take him in. Sentomaru, the same thing. Bonnie gives her a tap in the back of her skull, goes flying to the Frontier Dome. You gotta go. Akainu and Kizaru gain that character focus, and so far so good. He has to take it and he can't cry. He can't cry. He can't do nothing. Just has to. He just. But that's the choice he made, though. Yo, there's a reason why Garp decided not to be an admiral. And I'm hoping that in the future we're gonna see more stuff involving this and Dragon and Bonnie and Kuma and Vegapunk and potentially God Valley. I really want to see if Kuma is tied to God Valley or not. I really want to see it. What makes his race so important? And if his race is that important, where would he be when he was a kid? God Valley is a good choice, honestly. And that place was probably all sorts of messed up. And I'm thinking that I'm right. The giant robot, according to Shaka Zulu, before he died, he said that it was powered by this ancient power source. And supposedly, 200 years ago, this ancient power source tapped out when the giant robot invaded the Holy Land. How is it powering up now? The assumption is that it's because of the drum's liberation that's giving it power. Is it giving it power, or is it activating the power source in it? And its power source was not actually depleted 200 years ago, but rather went dormant. I've theorized for a minute now that Luffy's quote-unquote fire, what he used to ultimately overcome Kaido, this crazy flame-on form we see in chapter 1049, soon to come, I think, in the anime. But you know what, listen, I could be wrong. I'll say that, but I think it's fire. I think it's clearly fire, but again, I could be wrong. I've said before in several videos now that this fire could be tied to the eternal fire, the undying fire that Lilith talks about in chapter 1065. In my mind, it's kind of like Siri. When you open your phone and you say, hey Siri, why is shrimp bad for you? Disgusting! The phone needs a power source to actually activate it in the first place. It needs energy. And I think that undying fire, that eternal fire, is probably still in that giant robot, but dormant. And Luffy's drum's liberation activated that fire once again. I've said it for a few videos now. I could be wrong, but I think I'm so close. The fact that this thing activated with the drum's liberation, I think is a telling sign. It's a very, very, very telling sign. Now, why, let's say, for example, did not activate when Rob Lucci and Luffy fought?
No idea.
You could argue, let's say, because he wasn't big enough. Oh, because Luffy did get gigant or big, but he wasn't as big compared to, let's say, when he was fighting against Rob Lucci. Ultimately speaking, this chapter I thought was a very good chapter of One Piece. It does feel like, though, we are rushing in some sense, but it feels that way because, honestly, we skipped a lot of material with the Seraphim versus the Straw Hats and company. So, and York being captured and how that happened exactly. And so in my mind now, it feels like we actually are in some ways rushing, at least for the overall pace of the arc itself. But this chapter, I think, is a good plus chapter, a great chapter, like 8 out of 10 chapter of One Piece. But let me know your thoughts on this chapter. Once again, if you enjoy my content, make sure to rate the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on that bell to join the notification squad. I'm gonna catch you cats on the flip side.
See you. Bye bye.